If you missed this video and you haven't seen it, the link inside the description box will take you to it. Make sure you like that video. Hopefully y'all share it. That was a very crazy situation. So make sure y'all go and check that video out. What is going on, everybody? JDBTv here, back with another video. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure y'all like this video. Hopefully y'all sharing it and are getting notifications. All right. If you're not getting notifications, let me know in the comment section if you have nothing else to comment. And also you can hit me up through email and let me know that you're not getting notifications. All right. May be able to then utilize my newsletter more. Or you could just follow me on Twitter. Notifications go there. Facebook. Shout out to everybody that's following me on Instagram. Appreciate that. I want to talk about this conversation that was had on Joy Reid's platform. Joy Reid was speaking about Kamala Harris and the fact that her panelists were emphasizing the fact that she won't be able to get black male voters, which is true because black male voters are a lot smarter. They're a lot smarter than they have been in the past. You know, this is why black men are becoming more and more independent thinking voters. You know, you had newspapers or you had websites, publications writing articles about why black men are voting Republican. Why are they doing so? I think it's just the sign of the times. You know, black men are becoming more and more independent thinkers to the dismay of certain individuals. Y'all know who they are. And I think that when you look at Kamala Harris, okay, the fact that she is a woman of mixed heritage, okay, she is married to a man who is not black, all right? And if she is seeking the black vote, that is going to hinder her because, you know, black men are just not going to vote for her because she is partially black. You know, they're going to vote where they want to. And her having a non-black husband is not going to help it, especially with the so-called pro-blacks. Y'all know these guys who they claim to be about black people in the black community, but they do nothing for anybody. They complain, but they don't look for any feasible solutions. You see, I'm not one of these pro-blacks. I'm not out here looking for solutions. So when you tell me where are your solutions, Jay, I'm not out here, crying and complaining about society. So miss me with the where's your solutions. I'm speaking about the people who may or may not vote for Kamala Harris. Well, according to newsbusters.org, they posted a video and also a transcript or dialogue that was said by these particular panelists. Okay, quotes. All right. Now, according to one panelist, her name is Tiffany Cross. She said black men, blue collar black men, they're going to have a problem with her record. Y'all know she was a prosecutor, right? Y'all know that she was putting brothers. She was a district attorney. She was putting brothers behind bars. Okay. She also said, but I will say I think the African American community expects more from the people who look like us. You know, that's very interesting to hear from a black female to say that. To be so pro, you need a black man in your corner. Anyway. She needs to find a strong black man advocate who can be in her corner at some point in the campaign. At any space in her campaign, I would say that's my key advice. Find a prominent blue-collar, self-made black man to be in your corner. You know, I want to say this, though. You're not going to find a brother who's just going to, be all those criteria that she's looking for and have him support Kamala Harris. The only type of support Kamala Harris is going to get from a quote unquote blue collar black man is one of these rappers, one of these entertainers who can use their background and say, hey, look what I come from. I'm the strong black man you're seeking, the prop, the mouthpiece, the one to promote you and shame anybody who doesn't want to vote for you. Like T.I. might be able to do that. Y'all know how much he loves the DNC and how he loves liberal policies, how he loves, his people. Yeah. Anyway. Now, the thing is with what Tiffany Cross is saying, listen, man, I don't think she's going to find that. But again, she may be able to go and get one of these black ignorant entertainers to, support her, this, that, and the third, even though there's Cory Booker out there too. And Bernie Sanders is running. So a lot of these Negroes may hop on the Bernie bandwagon once again. Now, there was a brother on the panel as well, according to newsbusters.org. MSNBC analyst Jason Johnson took it a step further, disqualifying Harris's white husband as a potential advocate. Let's just be candid. When you're saying she needs to have an advocate out there, it's not going to be her white husband. She needs to surround herself with African American men. Now, is he wrong? Because listen, you can't, once again, people, if you're looking for black men to vote for you, standing side by side with your white husband is not going to help it. I don't care how liberal you are as a black man. Now, you got some black men who are still going to support her because they just, as long as she, runs the same, toe the same party line that Barack Obama did, even though she doesn't have the personality of Barack Obama. They're fine with that as long as she's a non-black candidate, running on the DNC ticket. She's cool with it. She's cool. Well, some of these guys, you can't refer to them as she, but some of these guys are cool with it. They're cool with it. And I truly believe that, because people try to make it seem like Joy Reid was saying this, or Panelist was saying this. She may agree with the sentiment, but you cannot be looking for black men to vote for you, once again, if you're not standing next to a black man. I know some of y'all not going to like that. Just like a lot of you wouldn't have voted for Barack Obama if he wasn't with Michelle Obama. So how can you want us to vote for Kamala Harris, because y'all saying she's for black people when she's not with a black man? And mind you, she hasn't even been married to this dude for very long. So I think what she needs to do is have some strong policies that relate to black men. Maybe she'll be able to garner the blue collar vote. But again, black male voters have gotten smarter. Black female voters have not. They're still voting heavy with the DNC. And I'm not saying that you should be a conservative, vote Republican, but to be voting at the percentage that black women are voting for the DNC is troubling. It's very troubling. There's stagnation there. But you have black male voters, once again, who don't want to be put in that stagnant category. They want to vote for somebody who they feel like has their best interests at heart and represent them. Doesn't mean they won't vote for white candidates. Some of these guys, once again, may still vote for Kamala Harris. I personally won't vote for Kamala Harris, not because she's in an interracial marriage. It's because her policies don't fit anything for me. I feel like she's very robotic and not very genuine. She feels manufactured. You could say a lot of things about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is very, he's not manufactured. He is who he is. With Kamala, you really don't know who she is. She really does not show her personality very much. She seems like she, reads a script before every interview. Look at the skit that late night skit she did. Can't think of the show. Well, I think it was Seth Meyers or Jimmy Kimmel. One of those. I think it might have been Jimmy Kimmel. And she was just it was like a skit of Black Panther. It was very weird and robotic and unenthusiastic. And I'm saying to myself, here comes the hype train for somebody who ain't on it, because she ain't got the personality for it. Okay. The rest of this article says this was also an exercise in identity politics at its most explicit. Consider this from Cross. The African American community expects more from people who look like us. No, I will say this though. The pro-black Pan-African community expects their candidates to look like them. And that's what goes on. You see, I expect the candidate that I vote for to have my best interests at heart. And if they don't have my best interests at heart, I don't care what race they are. It doesn't matter what race they are. It doesn't matter what race of the person that they're with. If I don't align with their politics, I'm not going to vote for them. And none of what Kamala Harris is running on interests me like that. So it doesn't interest me enough to want to go to the ballot box and vote for her. But the black community is built on identity politics nowadays. It really is. If you don't look a certain way, people are going to say, hey, you don't fit what we want. If you're married or dating a certain person, they're going to say, hey, you don't fit, what I'm looking for, And I feel like identity politics is going to be the doom, the final nail in a coffin for black people, because we're going to continue to vote in people just off of their race or off of maybe their gender or the political party that they're with, not necessarily the policies. So we can't complain about what society doesn't give us when we're not going out there and doing the necessary research, because a lot of us are lazy. A lot of us are lazy. That is why we can't get out there and do the necessary heavy lifting as far as researching candidates and figuring out who has our best interests. But we don't do that because that's too difficult. They gotta look the part. They gotta be with the right person, and that's who we'll vote for. That's why we're able to get outraged by stupid things. I noticed that it seemed to not matter let's say a black man is with a white woman and he's in the industry. Either he's a rapper or athlete. It upsets some of you sisters to the point of craziness and delusion. Why do you care who these guys are with? It's just like with black men. Black men overreact to the things that, they talked about who Serena Williams was with. I didn't give a shit. I don't care who black women in the industry date, because a lot of those women in that industry are looking for non-black men anyway. They're not really looking for black men. If a black woman wants to be with a black man, she would be with a black man, because I do not buy that there aren't dateable men for those women. It's that those women aren't looking for those guys. So if they're with a non-black man, that's who they want to be with. Kamala Harris wants to be with who she's with. Just like you got black men who will date non-black women. That's who they want to be with. I don't think we should be upset about that, but I know that y'all get heavily triggered by whoever somebody is with romantically. I mean, do you want to be with that person romantically? Must be. Y'all let me stick in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.